What's going on YouTube? SpencerDog944 here with another video of my 84 NA, and where I left off was I just got done doing the front brakes. I took her out for a victory tour and she does run, drive, and shifts through all the gears. The reason I didn't post that video was it was garbage. That's basically it. But in my excitement, I did not properly put my radiator back together. As you can see, it's all wonky and all that other good stuff. So this video, I'm going to be tearing that down and installing the radiator correctly. So the first thing I did was get the car up on jack stands, make sure she's secure, pulled off the cover and the filter, and now I'm going to remove the J-boot, and there should be a clip right there. Yeah, the clip's right there, so I'm going to get that guy done, and let me get you guys on a tripod. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is remove the clip right here. Just get a nice little flat head. Am I going to remove it? Yeah. Alright. There we go. Alright, so I got the clip out of the way. I can just slide this guy off. And alright, so I lost the clip. No, I didn't. So I got the clip right here. Then I'll just refasten that on so I don't lose it. Perfect. And alright, so the next thing I would do is remove this from the retaining bracket here, but it's already gone. So we're good on that. And I can start removal of the J-boot, which will be right here. Just another flathead. I got one right here. The second one right here. And I don't think this camera's going to stay. So now I should just be able to slide this guy off. Make sure that it's so I can get this part out. Let's make sure I can get this guy off here. Whoop. Alright, good deal. And there's also one more. Holding on to the underside right here. So once all that's slipped off, I can now safely remove that, and that gives me a whole lot more space. That guy out of the way. Alright, so now under the car I have the drain plug right here, and let me get my pan oriented correctly so it's right underneath there, and I just have a large flathead which should work, and I just unscrew it, and now we see the coolant's coming out. Let me get the pan out of the way here. Alright, now that it's draining, I'm going to go to the top and release the expansion valve to get more air in there. Alright, with it cooling, I'm going to release that. As you can hear, it's draining up a storm underneath there. Alright, that's better. Now I got coolant everywhere, but from underneath you can see the coolant drain. And the third place I need to, this is a 10mm bolt, and that will get the rest of the air out. Oh. Are you a 10mm? No, you're a 12. Yeah, 12mm. Just crack the bleeder. Just like so. And back underneath the car to see how she's draining. Alright, so with the expansion tank open and the bleeder valve open, I'm going to let the rest of the coolant drain off and clean up whatever residual spills I have. When that's finished, we can start removing the hoses. Alright, so while that coolant's draining, I'm actually going to remove the top hose here. Simple flathead. Unscrew this guy as much as possible to give it some room to get over. Slide that off. Get that out of the way. The next hose is going to go to the expansion tank right here. Another simple little flathead. Down, give it some squishies, make sure I got all the liquid and everything out of there. Do the wiggle. I'm just going to lift this up out of the way. Like so, just so I can get everything in that hose to drain on down through the radiator. Now, for the other side of this hose, so the other side of this hose is right here. I actually didn't even screw this back in when I put the radiator in, so that's not good. Definitely don't do that. And I screwed the pooch on that one, but I'm gonna get it all fixed up here. So now, hold the radiator in like so. Oh my gosh. Yeah, she's gonna fight me on this one. Alright, so it's been about 10 minutes. I still can't get this hose off. I'm gonna see if I can slip it off when I take the radiator out and try to pull it off there, because I don't want to break the plastic portion of it, or I don't want to tear the hose, and I don't want to tear the hose. So I'm gonna move on to the next part, which is this guy right here. Is just another Phillips head that we loosen up, flathead. We'll slide this guy back here, and then we'll pop this hose off, and I'm going to do that off camera in case this one decides to fight me too. Alright, so I slid that hose off, which connects right there. It was not nearly as difficult as that little bugger, so I'm going to set this guy off to the side here. And the next two things I'm going after are the thermostat switch electrical connectors. Got two of them right here. Unplug one and unplug number two. There they are. Keep them out of the way. And let's get the thermostat switches unplugged. And these guys just slide right off. Got one right here. And one right there. Alright, so we're making some headway here. Man, that hose is really irritating me. I'm going to give this hose another go. I'll be right back. Alright, so after a lot of begging, pleading, and swearing, I still can't get that hose out, so I'm just going to continue on. Next, I'm going to remove the top mount bumpers. They're called 13 millimeter. Okay, there we go. Alright. Shit. Oh. Alright. Got the bolt, got the washers. Got everything I need right there. And goes off to the side. Now, we got the other one on the passenger side. I already got that loosened up, so that won't be too bad. Alright, so just for show you, the washer goes on top, this bolt here. So we got those two guys off. We'll move on to the next part. Alright, so the next thing to do is on the top of the radiator here where the fan marries to it, there are 3 bolts. All right here. Let's see if I can get, where the hell's my finger? Alright, the second one is right there. And the third one is, pull this out. Yeah, it's right there. And I would like to say I already removed those, but I didn't. I just did not put them back, which is why I'm doing this video. So, if you're better than me, go ahead, let's remove those top 3 bolts. Alright, so, still can't get that hose out, and that's really bothering me, but I'm going to carry on. Next one to get off is this hose right here that goes to the water cooler. Another flat head. I got the ring slid off there. See if I can pull this guy out. Yeah, this one won't be too bad at all. Finally. All right, and she's off. Now I got all the coolant drained as much as it is, so I'm going to clean up whatever residuals there, hop underneath the car, and get the rest of the fan shroud bolts off. All right, so I'm under the car, obviously, right now, and I put the drain plug back in so coolant wouldn't drip in my face. So now we have these clips right here that just unsnap, that hold the wires onto the fans. And so since we have those unplugged, I should just be able to finagle these guys out of the way. Beautiful. And also on the underside, there should be 3 10mm bolts like this But again, I didn't put them in. I only put in one of them. So I'm going to get this guy removed, and at this point, nothing will be holding on the fans, so I'll be able just to drop it straight down. Okay, actually, before I remove that 10mm bolt, I'm going to need to remove this hose, the bottom part right here that attaches to the radiator. Then I'll remove the fan assembly. I'll be right back. Alright, so with the fan removed, I got a lot more room, and now since I didn't have the bottom supports on the radiator, I can just pull this guy out. I should be able to, yes. Oh, no, totally screwed the pooch. Okay, so I forgot one more hose line right here. It's just your standard flathead. Come on, baby. Alright, good deal. How's that looking? Alright, yeah, that hose is good. Okay, so I got that hose removed. As you can see, the radiator just kind of came out. And now I can... Oh man, that hose is going to fight me again, aren't you? Let's see if maybe I can pull it out and up. Which I should be able to do. See if I can drop it down. Yeah, alright, I'm just going to drop it down. There we go. Just want to be careful with it because I don't want to bend any of the fins. Take that whole hellion down with it. So now underneath, I can just flop that guy over. Blickety blam. The radiator's out. So now I can actually put it back together properly. I'm gonna get this hose off. Alright, so with some persuasion and a lot of twisting, I got it off. Now, the first thing I need to do is, there's a top foam piece that goes right here. Now, I picked this up from Auto Atlanta. Call it a radiator seal. They didn't sponsor me. Not that I'm not opposed to that, because if I can get free stuff, especially for this car, I'm all about it. But it seems that it's too long, which is fine by me. I'm just going to go ahead and cut this guy to size.